Hello and welcome to the third week of the Smogon Premier League. Today we will play against Waffles Pro. My third week, I am currently 0-2, which is not good, but at least my team was able to win last week 8-6, so that was really important. Now we have 1 win, 1 loss, and I hope we can win the third week. And I really want to get on the board today. And today I'm using a player style I'm not too comfortable with, or like I can play it but I haven't used it much, which can be good because he will maybe not expect it. It's hyper offense. As you can see, we have a lot of setup, and we have first of all a suicide lead and Landorus Furion. Focus Sash, it is just there to set up the rocks, and then deny rapid spin and defog with explosion. With sword stance we can also grab a KO because sword stance into explosion can KO a lot of stuff. With steel types we can earthquake, just a suicide lead. Then we've got our screen setter superior, and the interesting part is we have no leaf storm on the superior. Usually you want leaf storm on superior, but I wanted both glare and taunt because it can really catch him off guard. I gotta be careful on how I play it because once I reveal all my 4 moves he can take advantage of that, but other than that I think the set can really surprise him. I'm still running Contrary for Sticky Web. In case he loads Sticky Web, having Contrary isn't bad. Doesn't really matter if you run Contrary or Overgrow, but just for this one scenario, Contrary is better. Max Speed, out of obvious reasons, nothing much to say. Our first setup sweeper behind the screens is Scizor. Scizor is a really strong Pokemon, especially behind screens, because you can set up sword stances. So superpower hits Excadrill, it hits Ferrothorn, that is really good. Bug Bite is the best stab move, hits Rotom Wash for a lot of damage. Bullet Punch as a priority, especially with Technician. You can see Light Metal, because you should run Light Metal on the Mega Scizor. You always Mega, but it could be that you switch into something like a Grass Knot, and then maybe you take just 2% instead of 4. Can matter in the end. Just doesn't make sense to run Technician if you Mega Scizor anyways. But if you switch it in, it can matter, right? Next up, we've got Manaphy, another really good setup sweeper. After losing with Tailglow Manaphy last week, I want to win with it this time. Surf, Ice Beam, Energy Ball is really good coverage. Energy Ball hits Rotom Wash, Slowbro, Volcanium for neutral, and that is really good. Ice Beam hits Tornadus T, Amoonguss, the Dragon types like Garchomp and Dragonite, and Surf is just the best step. We play Max Speed to Speed type Charizard, other Manaphy. We should outspeed most of them, but also outspeeding Medicham Mega is really nice, because they should not run Jolly Max Speed. That's why we outspeed Medicham most of the time. Bishop is a really good setup sweeper as well. Sucker Punch in this generation is 80 base power, so Sword Stance Sucker Punch is a devious combination. Iron Head is for Clefable. You could also run something else instead of Iron Head. It's not super needed since we also got Scizor, but I wanted to make sure that I don't lose against balance-ish stuff. Black Glasses further increases our damage on knockoff and Sucker Punch, and the spreads are not that spectacular, but it just makes attack, makes speed. It's a standard spread, what should I say. And last but not least, you can imagine it's again Max Speed Thundurus T, because you want to outspeed the 100 base speed Pokemon and you speed type other Thundurus. We are running Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, Himpower Ice, and Nasty Plot. Himpower Ice is really good to hit Garchomp, as well as opposing Thundurus, obviously. In general, Electric Ice coverage is just really good. Focus Blast is for Excadrill mainly, can also hit stuff like Bishop, and Ferrothorn. And yeah, so we basically, our plan is to get rocks up early, to get screens up. Like, you can obviously go a little different with the route, that you try to lead with a setup Pokemon, punch holes into the opponent's team, then set up the screens later, and then try to win with another sweeper Pokemon. But with this team, you almost do not switch. You just keep pressuring until you win. Will it work for me today? I don't know. I will try my best, and let's head straight to the game. I really want to win, and I hope I can pull a good matchup for once. Okay, the game starts. Have fun. And he also, oh my god. That is, he is running the same kind of archetype. Screens, HO. We've got like some different pieces. I have a Mega Scissor, he has the Mega Pinsir. He has Thunderous I have Thunderous T. His walk set as Excadrill, mine is Landorus. We've both got the Manaphy, the Superior, and then I've got Kingambit and he got Tyranitar. So that's weird. The good part is he only has one hazard removal, and that is Excadrill. Landorus outspeeds the Excadrill. I could lead with Landorus, but I expect him to lead with Superior. His walk setter is probably Tyranitar. Like, this is not a suicide lead Excadrill. Like, there's also the Excadrill set with Walk's Rapid Spin Focus Sash, which you can see on Hyper Offense teams, but I don't think it's that set. He cannot lead with Tyranitar. That's not possible, because if I lead Landorus, I get 3 walks, and he certainly doesn't want it. I could lead with Superior, and if we both go for Taunt, that's bad. I could lead with Scissor. Scissor catches Excadrill, Superior, Tyranitar. He will not lead with Pinsir or Manaphy. He could lead with Thunderous. But then I can just switch to Superior. I hope he is not Taunt Thunderous. How much does Scissor do against Superior if he sets up a Reflect? Not a ton. I could go for Sword Stance and then Thunderous with Technician. That's not terrible damage. I gotta keep in mind that I have to keep certain Pokemon healthy, because Mega Pinsir outspeeds Thunderous T. Sucker Punch looks really good into my opponent as well. I like leading Scissor just because I expect him to lead Superior. I could also lead Thunderous, set up a nasty plot early on, but I kind of want to keep Thunderous for Manaphy as well. I mean, it's not terrible to lead Thunderous, but I will lead with Scissor, I think. And I can just click Mega Bug Bite against the Superior lead. Okay. That worked. He is not Hidden Power Fire on this team. I could also Sword Stance immediately, as I said. Scissor Mega. Do I want to get damage on Serp, or do I want to pressure him a lot? If I go for Sword Stance now, then I can go for Bug Bite into Bullet Punch. But I could just Bug Bite immediately as well. He sets up Reflect, I Bug Bite. When he can go for Glare, I can switch to Thunderous on the Glare. Yeah, I like that. Okay, he goes Thunderous immediately. Walkie Helmet? No Walkie Helmet. Okay. I could just Bug Bite again and then KO him with Bullet Punch. If he goes for Thunderbolt, I could go to Landorus and set up my walks. Keeping Sash on Landorus is also not bad. Does he click in Power Ice here? I don't think so. But I could just go for Bug Bite as well. Yeah, I will go for Bug Bite, because he might expect me to switch to Lando, and Thunderbolt doesn't do that much, and I can just click Bullet Punch in the next turn. I know that Thunder Wave goes before Bullet Punch. That's something to keep in mind. But keeping Lando full life is also good for Excadrill. Okay. Imagine I Sword Stanced immediately, then I could have clicked Bug Bite into Bullet Punch, but now he has to think about the Landorus switching in here, or the Superior switching in here. So does he just go for the electric move? Maybe. I could also go to Thunderous T. Like, okay, he just goes for Thunderbolt and gets a crit. That crit is terrible. Oh man. Why do I get crit here? Oh, that's a bad start. I will still just go for Bullet Punch. I know he can switch to Manafi or Excadrill, but that is fine for me. Getting rid of Thundurus helps Manafi a ton, as well as Bishop, Thundurus T, so I could also Bug Bite again, because he will switch, but does he even die to Bullet Punch? Yeah, he does. Oh, that... Technician against Thundurus. Yeah, he definitely dies to Bullet Punch. Superior, okay. Ah, he's Rocky Helmet, okay. So it's not screens. So it's a taunt set. I can just go to Thundurus here and set up a nasty plot. Is he Choice Scarf Tyranitar? No, not with Excadrill. I don't think he has Choice Scarf. I like going Thundurus here. Will I go for Nasty Plot? I could also just hit Power Ice. He either taunts or he switches to Tyranitar. If he switches to Tyranitar... Tyranitar... I don't know what set he could be. He could be Chopperberry. I'm Citrus Berry, so I will Nasty Plot. I don't think he taunts. Nasty Plot into Focus Blasting. Okay, he knocks. Here I can just kick him Power Ice. Oh, he switches to Tyranitar. I get everything. Like I could have also clicked Focus Blast. It does the same damage into Superior, but it could have missed. He is... I don't think he is Scarf. No, he is not Choice Scarf. Not on this team. Please connect. Nice. Actually, I take the Thundurus KO way more than all the others. Okay, we see Excadrill here. Thundurus T against Excadrill. Does Rock Slide KO me? I don't think he is Rock Slide. Like, he has to be Rapid Spin. Do I still want to... I will stay. He is Rock Slide. But that is fine for me. Because I can just go to Lando, set up Rocks. I could also go Superior first and set up Reflect. I like Superior here. I could also Glare first, honestly. Like, he doesn't have a good Glare switch in. He has no Glare switch in at all. My Manafi wins if I get, like, either Superior removed or parried, okay? Taunt. Boom. I will set up a Light Screen first, or do I go for Reflect? I don't think he stays. And I think, like, even if he goes for Knock, he goes for Leaf Stone. What? That was surprising. Because now I can switch to Lando. I could also switch to Bishop and go for Knockoff. Yeah, keeping Lando for the Excadrill is not bad. And he dodged the Leaf Stone. Oh my god. I would just go for Knockoff. I don't want to get glared. And now he has no good way to remove Bishop. My Manafi should be able to win the game. Manafi against Tyranitar. He is offensive, but he is not Scarf. He would have not switched against Thundurus if he was Scarf. Yeah, +3 Surf KOs Tyranitar. +3 Energy Ball KOs Manafi. And actually, what if he has more HP invested? Yeah, +3 Energy Ball KOs Manafi. And Surf against Excadrill. Yes. Do I one-hit KO if he has no bulk? Maybe for later on. 88 to 103. What about Rocks? Okay. And Pinsir Mega. Pinsir is also a Mega that doesn't want Protect, so my Manafi outspeeds it before it Megas. But he could go to Pinsir here and click... Okay, never mind. We see Excadrill. Okay, Bishop against Excadrill. I will just click Knock Off. Yeah. He just clicks Earthquake. I get everything wrong. That is so sad. Because I could have just switched into Lando. But I will switch to Lando now. Actually, he might click Ironhead. I could toss Bishop, click Earthquake with Lando. Yeah, I like that. Do I click Knockoff or Ironhead? Does he ever switch to Manafi or Tyranitar? I think Manafi. I could have just switched. Okay, he sets up Rocks, so I lose my Sash. And a little bit health on Manafi. It comes down to Manafi versus Manafi, I feel like. If I get a Tail Glow off now, I win. I will toss Bishop, go Superior, click Screens. Well, I don't necessarily need the Light Screen, I just need the Reflect. Okay, he goes to Manafi here. I will just click Knock Off. Oh, he has Substitute. Okay. I will just spam Knock Off. Okay. If I go Superior now, do I die to Quick Attack? It's a roll. 64%. Wait, I have 267 HP after Stealth Walk. 67. Because I could Glare, but on the Glare he could switch to Pinsir when he has a 37% chance to KO. I could just go Manafi here and let a Speed tie decide the game. If it is a Speed tie. And he has to run Energy Ball and he has to win a Speed tie, so I will go for it. Like, the chances are so slim that he has both. Okay, we win the first Speed tie, and he doesn't have Energy Ball. So I can click Energy Ball here. He tosses Tyranitar. Goes to Pinsir, but I outspeed Pinsir, and that should be my first win. +3 Surf, always KOs. Nice! Let's go, team! Let's go, team! Oh, that feels good to finally win an SPL game. We will go to the post-game discussion, but I feel so good. I'm so happy. The last minute prep worked. And thank you, team. And thanks, everyone, for watching. And let's go to the post-game analysis because it's time for the champagne. I don't know. Like, I haven't won in SPL for so long, so it means so much to me. It's been more than a year, so yeah, thank you guys, and let's see if I did something wrong. So here we are in the post-game discussion, and I would say I had a better matchup than he did, because I had more threatening Pokemon like the Thundurus T, the Scizor, the Kingambit and Manaphy, while on his team he has the Mega Pinsir, the Manaphy and the Thundurus Eye, but I got pretty decent checks against all of those, especially because Superior outspeeds Manaphy and it can go for either Taunt or Glare. Against the Pinsir Mega, I've got Intimidate Landorus, and as long as I keep the focus sash on Landorus, I can also explode against one of the setup sweepers. So I would say my matchup was really good going into this, but I obviously had to play that well enough to not lose any momentum early. But let's take a look. So I decided to lead with Scizor, as you saw, and I expected him to be Screens superior, and I think going for Bug Bite was good. Now you could criticize the stay-in with Scizor because Scizor is so incredibly good against him, but as long as he doesn't crit, I would get a lot of momentum early on, and obviously I considered going for Bug Bite again, then Superior would be gone and I think I would win the game immediately, but I wanted to play it safe. Not a good play, because he either goes for Thunder Wave if he has it, or he switches to Manaphy or Superior, so yeah. Going to Thundurus here worked out pretty well, because now I go for Nasty Plot, and the problem is if you don't trust yourself. I could have clicked Focus Blast, I would have KO'd everything on his team, unless he goes to Pinsir or Manaphy, but I outspeed both Cam for T-Bolt next turn, and now he was able to get the Sand off and toss the Thundurus. But that was good for me, because Thundurus with Thunder Wave was actually pretty annoying for my Manaphy as well as my Bishop, because Bishop can get paralyzed in this generation by Thunder Wave Thundurus. And here staying in with Thundurus was okay, because keeping the Sash on Landorus is also important, but could have played it a little different. Here I get a free glare off, and I think he made a big misplay by going into Superior, because he should see that if my Manaphy gets a Tailglow off, he will lose the game. So going to his Superior here is a little bit surprising. He could have clicked Iron Head with the Excadrill, but then it can get dicey against my Bishop. But I think Iron Head was a better play. He could have also considered going Pinsir, because Pinsir, I've got Landorus, I've got Bishop, like Pinsir is not super valuable, so I think going Superior here was a slight misplay on his side. Now I catch him off guard with a Glare Taunt set, and I decide to set up Reflect instead of Light Screen, which I still think is smart, because the Manaphy is not super threatening, and Pinsir with Quick Attack, Tyranitar, Excadrill, taking less damage from all those felt better for me. And now my team criticized me going Bishop here, because Bishop was so good. And I had a reason for that. I know if I take the Leaf Storm, I'm in range for the Excadrill. I'm in range for the Manaphy probably. Like, that is not great, but I also didn't want to go for Light Screen, because when I have to taunt again, I store my own Reflect turns. And I didn't want to try to sweep with Bishop, because there is a Pinsir with Quick Attack and Sword Stance and maybe Close Combat, maybe Earthquake. And if he sets up Sword Stances, I am forced to go for Sucker Punch maybe. And playing Sucker Punch mind games is not great. Same thing against Manaphy. If I'm in range for something like a Surf, I have to go for Sucker Punch to KO Manaphy, but he could go for Substitute, Tailglow, Rain Dance, and I just did not want to play Sucker Punch mind games, and that's why I decided to not try to win the game with Bishop, but with Manaphy instead. So I go for Knockoff here, because he probably goes for Glare, I get a KO, and now you could also criticize me for not going to Landorus here, but I think, as I said, I don't want to win the game with Bishop, since I can just go for Knockoff here, and I will just do the same thing. Like, I don't want to give him the opportunity to get set up, because now he goes to Manaphy, and I just have to deny him going for a Tailglow, because then the only chance I lose the game is if he has Energy Ball, and he is max speed Manaphy, and he wins a speed tie. And that is just, honestly, I calced the hidden power ice damage from my Thundurus T, and it did so much to the Tyranitar that it always dies to Surf. And it is not Choice Scarf, because he switched Tyranitar against Thundurus. And Pinsir, in Generation 6, for those who don't know, the speed gets applied in the second turn of the Mega Evolution. So even though Pinsir Mega outspeeds Manaphy, it doesn't outspeed it in the turn it Megas. So I tried to take up this opportunity to go for a Tailglow. I see Psychic, and I already know I should have the game, unless he wins a speed tie now, crits Psychic, and then crits a Quick Attack. He goes to Tyranitar instead, interestingly enough, probably hoping that his Pinsir outspeeds my Mana Fee, KOs it with Return, and then he still has the Mana Fee for the Landorus, which is better than the Tyranitar. So he goes to Pinsir here, and he didn't go for Quick Attack, because even a Quick Attack crit does not KO. He just tried to outspeed me, but since we were max speed Mana Fee, there was no chance for him outspeeding me, and that way I won the game. I think I didn't do any big misplays. Would you agree with me not trying to sweep with Bishop, but with Mana Fee instead? Do you agree, like, with tossing Thunderous, tossing Scissor for keeping the sash on Landorus? I think these are not misplays, but still stuff you could consider going through the game. But keeping the focus sash is just so incredibly important for the end game. And it was a different way how you usually play hyper offense, right? Usually you lead Landorus, go for a Walk Explosion, go Superior, Reflect Light Screen, and then sweep. But instead I led with a sweeper, went to the next sweeper, and like I tried to break holes into the team. And that's why it was so important to remove the Thunderous early and get the paralysis on the Superior, because that really opened the way for Mana Fee. But yeah, that was the game. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will enjoy the NPA game against Joseph Ugarte, one of the best American players out there as well. Have fun. Alrighty, have fun, and we are seeing Miraidon Dondozo. Oh my god, that's rough. I sent him the paste. Right now. I've almost forgot. So, okay, he is running that kind of team. Don't be surprised why I'm wearing the same stuff. I literally play NPA right after my SPL game. Terra Normal, Specs, Dango, AV, Miraidon. Dondozo with Terra Ground Earthquake is really rough. We have to use our Urshifu for that. I would say Sash... Urshifu. Okay, I would say Warring Moon Landorus is not a terrible lead. It looks really strong into him. Who do we bring in the back? Urshifu for sure. And then Ogapon always hits Dondozo for super effective damage with Horn Leech. And Redirection can be nice. Kelly Ice can set up a Trick Room once our Tailwind ends. We can set up a Trick Room with Kelly Ice to still have speed control on our side. But Fist of Ogapon is also not bad. I don't like Amoonguss here at all. I think it's... I will try Kelly Ice, because my main goal should be to force Dondozo in early, go for Tailwind, and then spam Terra Water, Mystic Water, Surging Strikes. The problem is it's Assault Vest Miraidon, so that's why my Landorus does not one-hit KO the Miraidon, but that's okay. We see Miraidon Ogapon as a lead. I'm scared of Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam, Ivy Cudgel knocking out both of my Pokemon. Am I allowed to be scared? I could go for Tailwind, Sandsea Storm. He could go Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam, Ivy Cudgel. Do I want to go for Sludge Bomb instead? I don't think so, no. Also, Dazzling Gleam, Ivy Cudgel, is that a guaranteed KO? I don't know what his spread is on Miraidon. I could also Terra my Warring Moon. I could get a knockoff on the... I like Terra because I could get a knockoff on the Dondozo if he has it in the bag. And I don't think he Electro Drifts that slot. So yeah, I like what I'm doing here. I could obviously Acrobatics for Half Flame as well, but this play should work out. Yeah, this is a Miraidon Terra. He could also go for Spiky Shield, Draco Meteor, remove my Landorus, but then I have Acrobatics, Surging Strikes for next turn. Yeah, we see no spiky shield. Do we connect? We do not connect. On the Miraidon. Oh, I should have sludge bombed then. Like, if I sludge bombed, it's... Nah, it's not fine. It's literally not fine at all. Because we lose our land. Okay, I knew he was going for this, but my goal was to put Miraidon in Surging Strike's range. Then I can just go for Surging Strikes in the next turn. I have to go to Calyrex now. Ah, this is terrible. Yeah, I cannot win this, because... Do I click Protect? Glacial Lands? He will Volt Switch the Calyrex for sure. I could go for this, but he will always go to Dondozo. Yeah. He goes for Spiky Shield. He will Volt Switch the Calyrex. I know what is going to happen here. I could have clicked Protect, I guess. Yeah. Imagine I click Protect. I take too much damage. It's not over yet. It just looks really bad. Yeah, that's what Dondozo. Ah. Ah, that miss in turn 1. Ah. I can knock the Dozo. 2 turns of Tailwind left. I can go for a double up. It's not over yet. If he decides... I don't think he decides to stay with Ogerpon. Oh, he hard-read me. Is his Ogerpon faster than my Calyrex? Then I could have just clicked Glacial Lands. Okay, it is actually faster. That is crazy. If I targeted the Ogerpon here, next turn I can go for knock off Trick Room, because he is forced to go to Tuts. I could click knock off Trick Room. He either KOs Roaring Moon or Calyrex, and then I set up either second Tailwind or the Trick Room. Ah, that is annoying. Do I expect him to switch this turn? I think I have to get a crit on close combat. Yeah, I have to get a crit on close combat. I try to go for a double take. Like, I know that he will switch and go for Wave Crash into Roaring Moon. Nigirigon. He will always Wave Crash the Roaring Moon. I don't get a crit, okay. I can definitely still win this if I get a double protect into close combat crit. I mean, I gotta go for it, right? Because then he has Tatsugiri next to something else on the board and I get a double knockout. So my game plan was not bad, but it didn't quite work out for me. So yeah, I will go for... I will try to get the double. Okay, I get the double. Get the close combat crit. Come on, Oshifu. Come on. Come on. Hold on. I gotta calc something. I can click Tyrant Searching Strikes now. Oh my god. Or do I get the KO with knockoff and CC? No. No. That is trolling. I will go for Tyrant. Man, I bailed. Tyrant Searching Strikes. Yeah, he goes for Protect. Imagine I Searching Strike the Tatsu slot here, then next time I could get a double KO. But now he is forced to go Miraidon or Ogapon. I'm actually not sure. Like I played for my outs, okay? I know I bailed insanely hard by getting a double protect into close combat crit, but that's why you still don't surrender even when your chances are so slim. I hope, like, CC should KO the Tuts, so I can get the 1 KO with Warring Moon. What he could do to stall a turn of Tyrant is, yeah, go Ogapon, click Spiky Shield and switch to Miraidon. But then I still have 3 turns. Yeah, that is not enough. So I will just Acrobatics the Ogapon and close combat with Tuts. He is not focus sash on the Tuts. He goes for Follow Me. Let's see if we get the KO. I think even if we don't get the KO, we should still win, because he cannot KO both my Pokemon. Let's see. This should be enough to get the KO. Nice! Okay, you know, not the cleanest win, I know, but as I said, sometimes you gotta play for your outs. That I saw my out is at least something, but it was not good. It was definitely not good. We win game 1. Right? I should calc... Okay, let me calc the damage from the acrobatics on the Miraidon. Maybe I know how bulky it is. Also the Dazzling Gleam of the Warring Moon dealing 90 HP. Here's Assault Vest, Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam. He did 90. So he is max Modest. He got the highest roll possible with 252 Modest. And the acrobatics, yeah, it looks like he has 0 bulk on the Miraidon. Could just be max special attack, max speed, Modest. So yeah. GG. I know, like, not a great game, but that's how it goes sometimes. Do I want to lead something differently? And against the lead he chose, what could I lead with? Like, the Warring Moon was amazing. Battle again with the same rules. I expect him to do the same. Also, based on the Sensei Storm damage on Ogapon. He is max speed Ogapon. My Ice Rider being slower is a huge information. He is max speed Ogapon. Okay. But that means he is not that bulky. Okay, so Warring Moon Lando is a good lead. Do I want to change it up? I think I bring Ogapon this time because I want to have something faster still. Like Calyrex isn't great, but having the possibility of setting up the Trick Room is not terrible. Amoonguss with Helmet against Dozo also seems alright, because I can also spam Pawn Puff into Shifu, but I don't know. I could also lead with... You know what? I will lead with... Like, Half-Flame should survive a Draco, right? It's a roll. But I was thinking about leading Half-Flame Lando and then bringing Warring Moon Shifu in the bag. Draco is a roll. It has a 56% chance to KO. But I could also be max HP. Like, what I am scared of is Terra Ivy Cudgel into Lando and Draco into my Ogapon. Okay, he leads with Urshifu instead. I would say that's better for me. If Landorus survives with double up of Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch that is. It's a vowel. Too many vowels. But yeah, I think it's okay to just click follow me Sansear. But I have to connect Sansear Storm. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. But there's no other way around. And if I survive with Draco, I think I immediately win the game. Follow me Sansear Storm. He goes Terra Fairy again. He could also click Dazzling Gleam. Oh. Okay. Wicked Blow does not KO me. And I get a ton of damage on both. Wicked Blow does not KO the Lando. And if I survive this Draco with 1 HP. Come on, Ogapon, come on! Ah. That's okay, well. Is it? I don't know. Depends if we connect with Sansear or not. Nice! Okay. Warring Moon again. I feel like I can go for knockoff. Earth Power. Well, if he CCs my Warring Moon, that's bad. Should I Terra my Warring Moon just to be safe? Nah. I will go for knockoff into Miraidon and Earth Power into Urshifu. Okay. Tailwind would have been great now. Oh, if I click Tailwind, Sansear Storm. Oh my god. I was fine losing Lando here with on Sucker Punch because then I have Urshifu Warring on the field. Yeah, where's that on also? I will just click Tailwind, Sansear Storm, right? It's very likely for him to Sucker Punch the Lando. Like, even if he CCs my Warring Moon, then I have Terra Water Surging Strikes, Protect, into Earth Power Surging Strikes, so that should work. Okay, he switches. I am EV to survive an order up. So when I get knockoff into Terra Water Searching Strikes, I don't know if I have enough Tailwind turns. I think I do. Clicking knockoff here would have been better again, but maybe that's okay. We will see. Order up into that slot, okay. Now Wave Crash KOs me, I think. Does Wave Crash KO me based on this order up damage? Don't also Commander order up did 81, so now he's +3. Wave Crash does 102 to 120, so we probably survive. So yeah, I just click knock off, Terra Water, Searching Strikes. Now he KOs my Roaring Moon with order up, probably. I'm so scared of Sucker Punch Urshifu. I might have to win a 50-50. Let's see what Vedandozo does first. First of all. He goes for Wave Crash into the Roaring Moon slot. Okay. That's interesting. I still have 2 more turns of Tailwind. I don't switch here, right? I just grab the KO with knock off Searching Strikes. Then I can go for Close Combat on the Tuts and Acrobatics with Shifu. Sucker Punch does not KO my Shifu, does it? He lost the Terra Stellar boost, so it does not. So yeah, knock off into Dozo, Searching Strikes into Dozo. I know Acrobatics would have been stronger, but I was not able to get there. And like, Acrobatics never KOs unless I crit, but knock off crit also KO'd, so that didn't matter at all. As long as he doesn't crit now, I win, right? I don't quite understand why he Wave Crashed. Well, he predicted Terra Flying, I guess. And like if I go Terra Flying, knock off, and then Searching Strikes, and then Acrobatic Searching Strikes, it's basically the same thing. But then I would be in range for Sucker Punch, even if he only goes for Order Up, and that's why I didn't do it. And now, like I needed a crit in the last game, now he needs a crit. I think Urshifu doesn't even die to a crit. Single Strike, Sucker Punch, crit. Yeah, Urshifu, the max was 117. So is it a safe way? Like, I always win if I double up on the Tuts, right? Like, if Close Combat is a roll, the Urshifu only has single target attacks. Yeah, it's, okay. I go for the guaranteed win, and that is doubling the Tuts. Even a crit didn't KO. So why did I double the Tatsugiri here? The Tatsugiri is the only Pokemon that is threatening right now. Like, let's say I KO the Tatsi and he goes for Close Combat into Roaring Moon. Then I have a 2v1 and I have a guaranteed win. Let's say he KOs Urshifu, I have a 2v1. Like, Acrobatics, Searching Strikes, and Earth Power all cannot miss. But if Close Combat doesn't KO the Tats here, the Tatsugiri could, like, he could go for Sucker Punch, Muddy Water, and then, like, the Tatsugiri could still win him the game. And that way I just like Sucker Punch into Worry Moon, put it in Muddy Water range, then Urshifu gets an accuracy drop, a Worry Moon dies to a double up, I miss my next move and he KOs Lando with Muddy Water, and then the next Muddy Water KOs Urshifu. So I hope you understand why I targeted that way. I should just go for acrobatics, doesn't matter, but that's a GG, and we win 2-0 against Joseph Ugarte, the best NPA player currently. I know I warped game 1 a lot, but I also missed the Sensei Storm, but it doesn't change the fact that I got a double protect into crit. But yeah, matchup was like alright. I'm happy I won again. And if you want to know how we did in week 2, we won the week 5 and 3, so 2 5-3 wins now. So let's hope we also win week 3. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what I could have done differently. I hope you enjoy the team, because a rental and a paste is in the description below. And I will see you next time, where we will battle against the next phenomenal player in week 4 of the NPA. See you